Hi everybody, this is Dino Chris from Prehistoric Facts. This is a Q&A episode, and we only got a couple questions today, so let's actually get right to it, shall we? Benjamin from Hong Kong, excuse me, Benjamin. First question, how come Ceratosaurus is more heavily built than Albertosaurus? Well, technically not really. Ceratosaurus is not really more heavily built than Albertosaurus. Because if you actually look at the skeletal designs of Ceratosaurus compared to Albertosaurus, Albertosaurus is going to have more muscle mass. And also, it's going to be stronger than Ceratosaurus. Ceratosaurus' skeleton is not designed to actually have that much muscle power. And so it's not going to actually have a more powerfully built type of body. It's actually more of like of pretty much non-contact. Because that's what Ceratosaurus is mostly going to do, is to be not so much confrontational. It's actually going to take a bite and then get out of the way. Whereas Albertosaurus is a little bit more designed to actually do some combat and more full-on contact combat. And so that makes a little bit more sense for you. So Ceratosaurus' skeleton is weaker than Albertosaurus, because first of all, Albertosaurus is a more advanced dinosaur compared to Ceratosaurus, and so Ceratosaurus' teeth are not designed to be delivering a very powerful bite, and so the teeth are also not as strong as Albertosaurus's. And so Albertosaurus is going to have a much stronger bite, and also Albertosaurus would actually be a little bit more faster than Ceratosaurus. And so Ceratosaurus would not be particularly that fast, but it might actually have certain capable agility, but mainly in towards more like, say, more closed type environments where like it's like in a forest. Whereas Albertosaurus can actually live in the open plains, or otherwise swampy areas, or otherwise a little bit in the forest, but mainly towards areas where there's a little bit more open space and that sort of thing. And so Ceratosaurus is not designed for combat, whereas Albertosaurus is a little bit more designed for combat. And so because if they ever fought each other, Albertosaurus is going to win automatically, because first of all, Albertosaurus is faster, stronger, and also it's actually got a better brain than Ceratosaurus. And so Ceratosaurus, not really heavily built, it's actually lightly built, because if you actually look at the weight, if you look at the estimated weights, Ceratosaurus is actually between 1,500 or 1,500 to 3,000 pounds, which is not considerably heavy by any dinosaur standards for a theropod. When you actually look at Albertosaurus, its weight is actually close to 10,000 pounds, and so Albertosaurus is going to be heavily built. And the final question is: Saurophaganax bigger than Tyrannosaurus? I'd say Tyrannosaurus Rex is a tad bit bigger. Lengthwise, they're going to be nearly similar. I'd say Saurophaganax is approximately 40 feet, whereas Tyrannosaurus Rex is 40 feet or a tad bit longer than that. But height-wise, I'd say Tyrannosaurus Rex is actually taller, because first of all, Tyrannosaurus Rex is considered to be the largest theropod dinosaur in North America, known by far. But even though there could be another theropod that is found in North America that could actually top Tyrannosaurus Rex in height and length, but we haven't found that yet. And Saurophaganax would actually be kind of designed like Allosaurus, be a little bit more slender and actually have a little bit better, quicker bursts than Tyrannosaurus can. Tyrannosaurus Rex would not have that much of a quick burst. It would actually have a bit of a slow start, but it would actually pick up the pace later on, because since that Tyrannosaurus Rex is heavily built, it's going to have more muscle mass, and also it's stronger than Saurophaganax. And so, by the way, I would say if these two ever met in a fight, Tyrannosaurus Rex is automatically going to win, because one, Tyrannosaurus Rex is more advanced, and also Tyrannosaurus Rex is more heavily built and also smarter than Saurophaganax, and Saurophaganax does not have that brain power to actually defeat a Tyrannosaur, and so Tyrannosaurs are actually a little bit better designed in terms of brains and brawn, and whereas Saurophaganax is a little bit more onto the brawn side a little bit, but it does have a good enough brain to actually just be outsmarting the animals that lived around it. Tyrannosaurus Rex is pretty much the same way. Alright, that's it for now. Next week, Wednesday, would actually be a special episode. This time, I want to actually have you guys actually decide prehistoric mammals, reptiles, and even sea animals that you want me to talk about for the next 4 special episodes. And so next week, Wednesday, would be a special episode. So let me know. I want to give me your 4 prehistoric animals you want me to talk about, mainly mammals, reptiles, and sea animals. I would like to see 2 mammals and 2 reptiles, and one of those reptiles has to be a sea creature. So like you could pick any kind of a marine reptile you want. I will include crocodiles into the mix of sea animals, but most of them did not live in the sea. They actually just lived in rivers, lakes, those types of places. But there were a few that actually did live in the ocean, that did go out and venture in the ocean from time to time. But just give me 2 mammals, 2 reptiles. So 2 mammals, 2 reptiles, and one of those reptiles has to be a marine animal. And so that's so far you get the idea. And so just let me know by emailing me at dinochrist71@gmail.com, or as on the Facebook page, Prehistoric Facts of Dino Chris, and just put them on the comment section. Do not put them on the wall, because otherwise I'm not going to see them very well. Otherwise, I'm actually going to have to kind of go a little bit further into my page to actually find them. But you can still send me questions about dinosaurs or any other prehistoric life by emailing me at dinochrist71@gmail.com, or just go to my Facebook page, Prehistoric Facts of Dino Chris. Like the page, you can actually post your questions on the wall or in the comments section. Remember to keep your questions short to the point. You can also follow me on Twitter at CSGRALL. That's my Twitter page. I post pretty cool stuff on there. Also, take care of the people around you. Notice if you're younger people out there, make sure to listen to your parents, your teachers, and your guardians. It's the best motivation you can have for good education. It's very important to have a good education. With a good education, you get a good job in the future. All right, that's it for now, and I'll see you guys next week, Wednesday.